At the far edges of the forgotten desert, a dastardly thief has stolen your grandfather's pants. Which, by itself, probably wouldn't be a big deal if they didn't also give him tremendous psychic powers. And so, armed with a grappling hook, rocket launcher, and laser that can cut through just about anything, you set off to put an end to his evil schemes before he unleashes an ancient and even more dangerous force hidden away beneath the desert sands. Tiny and Big, Grandpa's Leftovers, is a puzzle and platforming game, where in addition to all of the running and jumping and climbing that is a part of traditional platform games, it also includes environmental destruction and physics manipulation as part of its core design. Now, what this means is that in most levels, your goal is to reach the end of the area, typically by jumping over gaps and running across platforms. However, at the same time, you will have the opportunity to use your giant space laser to bisect any stones or slabs which might prove an impediment to your progress. Once cut, these pieces can be freely manipulated with the physics engine and either dragged into more favorable positions or blasted out of the way. Most levels, in fact, require a mixture of movement and manipulation, as you will often have to create your own platforms or remove debris in order to proceed. The levels themselves are also filled with collectibles, secrets, and bonus rooms, and finding them all will require paying careful attention to your environment, as one wrong move can lead to a sticky end. Now, there are two good things I can say about Tiny and Big. The first is that the presentation is pretty good. The characters and environments are rendered in a cel-shaded style, which helps interactable objects stand out from the backgrounds. The interface is also extremely simple and easy to use. Even cutting giant rocks is only a few quick clicks away. And on top of all that, the game has a solid soundtrack, with a lot of soothing indie tracks hidden around the levels. But even better than all that is the fact that the environmental destruction model just works really well. Cutting up giant stones and boulders is quick, easy, and a heck of a lot of fun. And the ability to push and pull objects around the environment gives you a lot of flexibility and the opportunity for a little accidental mayhem. The game is frankly at its best when it just drops you into an area and lets you go crazy destroying whatever you want on your way to the end of the level. Unfortunately, in terms of actual application, the game falls affectingly short. The game is, beginning to end, maybe 5 to 6 hours long, probably less, and only a fraction of the time if you know what you're doing and want to try a speedrun. And what's worse is that the game never quite realizes its full potential. You see, the first half of the game largely focuses on dropping you into sandbox environments and then letting you use your laser to coax traditional platforming segments out of the environment. But then the later levels, instead of going bigger and broader like you might expect, where you would be given larger environments or maybe new game mechanics or playstyles, instead, the game goes the other direction, with the later levels focusing instead on extremely linear environments that require precision platforming with almost no room for experimentation or exploration. And it's just incredibly frustrating to be given this entire toy box of special abilities only to be told in the later half, alright, now put those away, you won't need them because there's only one path to the exit. Ultimately, I'd have to give Tiny and Big, Grandpa's Leftovers, 2 out of 4 stars. The entire game was designed around an engine built for terrain and physics manipulation, and yet in the second half almost entirely abandons those concepts in exchange for completely standard third-person platforming segments. And yet, I might still recommend it, if with some obvious caveats. It's pretty short and awkwardly paced, but as an experimental little indie title, it can still be an awful lot of fun. So if you're looking for a game that explores the possibilities of terrain destruction, then yeah, maybe check this one out. Alright gents, thanks for listening. I'm gonna rock and roll out of here, so till next time.